Sometimes, I really wish thoughts came with subtitles. Wouldn't that be amazing? Imagine the world, a symphony of true intentions, clear as day. No more guesswork, just pure understanding. Especially when someone asks me something simple like, "What's your name?" And then, suddenly, a cold dread pools in my stomach. My tongue feels like it's tied in 1,200 knots, each one tightening. It's nuts. I know the answer. It's my name, but it just gets stuck, caught between my brain and my lips, like rush hour traffic at a really long red light. And I can't make it move. My chest tightens. They usually wait a second, maybe two. The air around us thickens, pressing down on my shoulders. I can feel their eyes scrutinizing my paralysis. Then comes the awkward smile, or worse, they laugh and say something like, "Oh, cat got your tongue?" The words hang in the air, light but stinging. My cheeks flush, a furious red. I really try. My throat feels like sandpaper, every muscle tensing to force the words out. I can almost taste them right there, on the precipice of my lips. But by the time I manage it, Sarah, the sound is thin, reedy, barely a whisper. It's always too late. They've already moved on. Their eyes glazed over, attention claimed by the next conversation. They turn away, leaving me stranded. And I'm just standing there, holding a sentence that arrived a full minute late. It's so frustrating. That's why I started sitting way in the back of class, tucked into the furthest corner, hoping to become invisible. Not because I was dumb. My mind was often buzzing with answers. But because I hated being called on. Just hearing them say names made my hands sweat. The pause, that elongated moment before mine, it felt like a countdown to disaster. My heart would pound against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat. Please skip me. Please skip me. Please. Sometimes they did. A miracle. A rush of pure relief would flood my senses, and I'd finally breathe. But most times, they didn't. And when I finally said something, my voice soft, shaky, often dissolving into a stutter, felt like it vanished, under the weight of silence. The vast, echoing silence of the classroom, amplified by every waiting ear. It swallowed my words whole, leaving only the echo of my inadequacy. My shoulders would slump, so I stopped trying to speak, at least out loud. Each failed attempt chipped away at my willingness to try. Instead, I wrote. My pen became my voice, a direct conduit from my mind to the page. It moved across paper with fluid, almost frantic energy, pouring out everything I couldn't say. Thoughts, feelings, random jokes, full-blown arguments. Notebooks piled up, stacked on my desk. A silent testament to my inner world. Pages and pages. My voice, on paper. The physical act of writing. It was a release. The scratch of the pen, the faint scent of ink. Some pages were messy, scribbled thoughts, raw and unfiltered. Others, neat, exact. Carefully chosen words, perfectly formed sentences. But they were all mine. And for once, I felt heard. Even if no one else read them, the ink on the page felt like a whispered conversation, just for me. It was a space where I could be articulate, funny, angry, vulnerable, without the fear of a tangled tongue. Then one day, recess, the usual symphony of shouts and laughter filled the schoolyard. I was tucked away on a bench near the old oak tree, scribbling furiously. Then I saw her, Ms. Evans, the teacher. My pen froze mid-sentence. My world shrank to her approaching figure. She was quiet, kind eyes, no nonsense. I froze, totally panicked, heart racing, blood roaring in my ears. I thought she'd snatch the notebook, mock it, read it out loud. Her shadow fell across the page, and I clamped my hands over it, tight, protective. But instead, she sat beside me, calm, deliberate. The faint scent of her perfume mixed with the earthy smell of playground dust. Silence. She didn't press, didn't ask, just sat, creating an unexpected bubble of peace. And then, her voice, soft, steady. Cut through the noise in my head. Writing helps you breathe, doesn't it? I nodded. A small, jerky movement, because nodding doesn't stammer. She glanced at my pages, not with judgment, but with this quiet understanding. Her eyes seemed to see past the scribbles, right into the core of what I was trying to say. Then, she asked if I'd submit something to the school zine. The zine? Even the word felt huge, foreign. My breath hitched. I laughed, half afraid, half stunned. Me? Publish something? It felt like jumping off a cliff with no idea if wings would show up. But she just smiled, a soft, encouraging curve of her lips, and said, "Your voice matters, even on paper." That stuck, really stuck. Her words echoed in my head, a warm, persistent hum. It was the first time someone had ever acknowledged my voice, even if it was silent. I went home and tore through my notebooks like a lunatic. Pages flew by, a blur of ink, sketches, scribbled thoughts. Some stuff, too raw, too exposed, like ripping open a vein and letting my soul spill out. But then I found it. A poem, near the back, folded between doodles and half-baked rants, about trying to speak when your mouth won't cooperate. It ended like this. "My silence is not empty, it's paused breath." Yeah, that was the one. It felt like the truest thing I had ever written. I typed it up, fingers trembling. Each click, a small act of bravery, initials only SJ. No name, just a tiny shield to hide behind. Then I hit send, my stomach full pretzel mode, knotted, twisted. I tried to forget, really tried. Buried myself in homework, music, anything to hush the anxious whispers. Weeks passed. Then the new issue came out. I saw it first in the hallway, a stack of brightly colored pamphlets. People read it, really read it, in hallways, at lunch, heads bent, eyes scanning pages. Then I heard it. A girl whispered, "This poem? It's wow." A jolt shot through me, my breath hitched, it was mine. A thrilling, terrifying secret. But I stayed quiet. Not from fear, not this time, from pride. Quiet, trembling, real pride. Because my words, they were out there, untethered from my stammer, soaring freely. They spoke for me in ways my voice never could. Later, at lunch, the usual chaos. Then a girl from science class sat beside me. She didn't ask, didn't say, "Did you write that poem?" She just said, "Sometimes I forget how to say what I feel too." That was it. No big moment, just honesty and understanding. We didn't talk much after that, but it wasn't awkward. It felt shared, a quiet recognition of the same struggle. The world, it felt a little less lonely. Now, yeah, I still stammer, still pause, still get embarrassed sometimes. The old habits don't vanish, but I don't hide anymore. I might take a breath, my hands might clench, but I face the moment, because even if my voice shakes, even if it stumbles, it's still mine. It carries my thoughts, my feelings, my truth. And that's more than enough. It's everything.